Hi there everyone, it's Isaac here from Sports Addict, and today we're going to be doing another video. I'm going to be talking about Messi and his move to PSG, whether or not I think it's been a success or moreover a failure. So I'm going to start off with obviously a timeline. So Messi's contract is up at Barca. It seems they just don't have the funds to continue paying him what they're paying him. There was rumours that he accepted a much lower wage, but the Liga and the governing body behind the Spanish FA wouldn't let it go through. So he had no other choice but to leave and find another club. He went to PSG. He was part of that massive rebuild, where they bought Hakimi, Ramos, Donnarumma. They brought in Ronaldo and a couple of other, but those are the four big names as well. They brought in alongside Messi, and those are the five superstars they really brought in. They didn't need them, but they brought them in to make, because they always want to win the Champions League. That's the main aim for PSG, and bringing in those five sort of strengthen their hopes, because bringing in five quality players that are experienced in winning things. Hakimi not so much, but you got Ramos, a four-time UCL winner with Real Madrid. You got Ronaldo just come off the back of the Premier League and the Champions League the year before. Messi obviously won many titles and 7 Ballon d'Ors. And Donnarumma just won the Euros with Italy and had not won anything with AC Milan, but at 22, 23 was holding down the number one spot, which is not a feat many goalkeepers can say they're doing. So Messi came into this side and they thought he was going to guarantee goals. And also, I'm going to be comparing him a little to Ronaldo, because they've also sort of had the similar things, where Juventus could have kept paying him, but it was more financially viable and better future for the club. Because Ronaldo was in the last year and they knew they'd lose him the year after. So they thought, if we cash in on him now, we've got more money. And they brought in Vlahovic, who's been just as good, if not better, for the Serie A league does. Yeah, so Ronaldo also joined Man United for different reasons. It was a homecoming, really, and a lot of the fans were buzzing about it. And he's done all right. He's been United's leading goal scorer. He's been United's best player all season. All right, he's been a bit moany and he's had dry spells, but in terms of goal contributions, there is no one better. Pogba did get the 4 assists in the opening game, but he's fallen off since. His injury records against him. Bruno Fernandes has not had a good season compared to what he's had the first and the second year he came in. David De Gea has been another standout for United, but I'm not getting into United because that's not what this video is about. Talking about Messi. So, summarising Messi's first season at PSG of what I assume would be their next season. He's talked about going back to Barca, but again, I don't think they've got the money. First, they'd have to buy him and they'd have to pay his wages. So I don't see him, if he goes back there, not until his PSG contract's up, and I think he's got another 2 years on it. So I don't see him going back until that's through. So he joined PSG and everyone was expecting him to win, maybe not win the UCL, but get them farther in it and give them a bit more hope. So he came in reportedly on very big wages. Didn't get the number 10 shirt, but he wasn't bothered by it. I mean, if he'd have asked Neymar, I'm sure Neymar would have given it to him, but he didn't, and then they moved on. To summarise Messi's first season at PSG in one word would be lacklustre. I expected him to come out of the blocks firing. It's no disrespect to the French league, but it's an easier league than the Spanish league. PSG, apart from the season before when Lille won it, that was an amazing league title and something that won't happen again for maybe another 9 years. PSG have just won it as of yesterday, but Lille winning it was amazing. But then when PSG were bound to win it this season with the squad they've got, and Messi was supposed to come in and be that standout player, like I say. Yeah. And then it's hard to describe Messi's season other than lacklustre and a bit anticlimactic, because he just hasn't scored the goals he thought he was going to be. Coming into an easier league in a side that is a lot better than what he was playing with at Barcelona, playing against arguably a lot better opposition, as I've just said. I really thought he was going to come out the box round, and he didn't score for a good few months. He assisted a few, but he didn't score many. There's that game against City he scored 2 in the Champions League, but he didn't. He's what, on 6 or 7 league goals this season, which for Messi, the guy who scored 90 goals across all competitions in a calendar year, 6 or 7 league goals in a season is so disappointing. It's unreal. And I know he hasn't played towards the back end of the Barcelona spell. He was starting to drift into more of a cam position alongside where he also played for Argentina in a cam position, and whereas PSG is playing on the right. And I understand he's a lot older than what he was when he scored the 90 goals and when he was doing really well. But I just feel a player of his calibre and his skill in an easier league with a better squad against easier opposition, and all this money is being paid, it doesn't matter where he should play. He could play at left back and I would still expect him to score those goals just because of who he is. Now, I know that's a bit tough, but it's Messi, When you come with that name and you come with that history, you have to live up to it. I know there's an adjustment period, but it's an adjustment to doing less. I don't expect him to be running up and down that right-hand side. That's Hakimi's job. But he should be cutting inside more like he used to do. He should be assisting a lot more. He got something like 10 or 11 assists, but that should be almost double because of just what he can do. And I don't know what, I think it's a little bit of overconfidence. I think maybe not giving him the 10 was a mistake. Maybe that's knocked him a bit. I know it's just a shirt number, but it does mean a lot. And I was talking about Ronaldo at the back, because I'll bring him in a bit more now. Ronaldo came to United and he's not scored 30 goals. He scored 20-something goals across all competitions, United's leading goal scorer. And all right, he's a striker. I get that he's going to score more goals, but he's in a more difficult league he's in probably what I believe to be the world's toughest league. He's against stronger, more physical opposition in defences, and he's against goalkeepers that are at the top of their game. You're up against Edouard Mendy winning Champions League, Alisson and Ederson, Kasper Schmeichel even. He's not won much as of today. He won the FA Cup maybe last season. He won the Premier League all that time back then. But what I expected from Ronaldo was to score about 20 goals across all competitions. And all right, we got knocked out of all the competitions, but that's due to other reasons. I don't think I can blame Ronaldo for those. But definitely, I think Ronaldo's definitely had the better season compared to Messi, Many people expected Ronaldo to come in and not do as well, and Messi to go in and shine. It's complete role reversal. And I just come back to this thing of a player of that calibre. I consider Messi and Ronaldo of the same calibre. They were elite players for the past 15 years that should be able to just change the course of a game. And Messi can change the course of a game. But this season, it's just been a lot less frequent that he's changed the game. And I just think, I don't understand the reasoning behind it. I think leaving Barca was a big thing for him. Obviously, because he's been there decades and that's his club, that's where he grew up. That's the only club that would give him a chance because they saw the quality in him despite his size. They gave him what he needed to get up to regulation height and so he could play, and they gave him the growth hormone injections and all that, and they made sure he was physically able to play, and they gave him that chance, and he went on to win 7 Ballon d'Ors and countless titles. And leaving that is a big step and something that's obviously going to stick with him forever. It's a traumatic experience to go through because that was his home for so long, and he was ready to stay and he was committed, and he said, I would take a massive wage cut to stay here, and they wouldn't let him. So he had to go to PSG and its adjustment and all that. But again, better quality squad should be doing a lot better. I also saw this thing this morning on Instagram, I believe it was, a photo saying Messi's now won the league in Spain and France. Now, again, Lille won it last season, but PSG before that had won 8 league titles in a row. They've won this one this year, and I imagine they'll win one for 7 years in a row more if not more, because it's again this thing of they win, they get more money, they buy a better squad, and it just keeps going. It's unfair to the rest of the teams because they earn less money and can buy less players, and PSG keep winning, buying better players, keep winning, buying better players, more money, better players, more winning, keep going, and they'll never stop buying world-class players because this season Mbappe's leaving, so they'll bring in a world-class striker. I'm not sure who's that's going to be, but they could bring in a Lewandowski, they could bring in Karim Benzema, they could even go for Erling Haaland, who's going for about 80 million this summer. I doubt it. I think he'll go Barca or Real. Not Barca, I think he'll go Real or City, sorry. City's being the favourite there. But they're just going to keep buying these better quality players. You see they had Keylor Navas and they replaced him with Donnarumma. And then that's sort of Donnarumma, and they've both been playing as first choice goalkeeper, and that I don't think works, but that's an issue for another day. Get back onto Messi. I think next season will be pretty much the same as this season. I don't think, unless he gets moved to Cam, then I think he'll start kicking on a bit. But I just think with what's happened this season, I don't see Messi doing well next season. That's the dog. There we are. I don't see Messi having a good season next season. I see him having a similar quality season. I think he'll win the league again and people will sing his praises till the cows come home. But I don't see a French league as good as what Ronaldo's done. You know, he won the league in Spain. He won the league at United. All right, Juventus is again an easy league, but he'd done it in 3 different countries. If you give Messi another 2 years at PSG and send him to a Serie A side, would he do well? I don't think so. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the Messi situation. I personally feel there's a lot more he can offer, but I just don't think he's going to offer it because I think he's getting a lot older. He's not the same physically as Ronaldo. You know, Ronaldo's a machine. He can run up and down that pitch day in, day out for 90 minutes plus more, where I don't think Messi can do that. I think a lot of it is confidence. I think he's not the standout player anymore. You know, at Barca he was the world-class player for so long, and he's coming to PSG, and people now prefer Mbappe or Neymar, or Hakimi, Donnarumma, Kimpembe, Marquinhos. They're all world-class players. I think maybe not being the stand-up player might have had an effect. But time will tell for Messi. I think I'll give him a few more years at PSG, and then I think he'll go back to Barca or go for a year in the MLS and retire. I don't think Messi will go into coaching by any stretch. I think he'll have a quiet life away from football, and that's it because he's been in the spotlight for so long. But yeah, I think Messi will kick on next season, hopefully. If not, he's going to have a dreadful season again. And maybe Barca won't want him back because a 37-year-old, the age Ronaldo is now, that's out of form, lack of confidence, and he's not willing to fight for the badge anymore. Maybe he's lost the passion for football. Only time will tell. So anyway, yeah, that's been my sort of comprehensive standpoint and interpretation of what's happening with Messi. Thanks for watching. Leave a like down below and anything you want me to talk about. Thank you and bye-bye.